So we have today's winner, Eli Tomac, with us. We have our third place finisher and point leader, Zach Osborne. Adam Cianciarulo, unable to join us for now. He will be on our Monday call, so please join Monday if you want to talk to Adam. In his place, we have Chase Sexton, who just missed out on the podium finish today in fourth. Eli, we'll start with you. I know you've got the whole shot on all of us. You're already on your way back to Cortez. Talk about your day. I mean, you said it yourself on the podium. It felt good to have a day where you felt like yourself. We saw you ride this way in Ironman, and then, it just didn't necessarily keep going from there. But we've seen this. We know it's there. We saw you second moto last week. You're there. It maybe hasn't been at the level that you want or what we've been used to seeing you. But talk about the day. I mean, it's your home track. I'm sure there's a little extra motivation. But all in all, I mean, it was the Eli Tomac that we're all used to seeing. So what was different today for you?
Yeah, great day. Really, it's just I don't know. It's just I've been kind of been searching these last few races here, and just not being able to move forward. And like today, I was able to go forward. Obviously, I got a better start in Moto 2, which helped out a lot. Everything just felt right. Like when things get going, they go right. So that's what it was for me. And the track developed well. Into the second moto. It was really smooth in the morning, and then got pretty rough for Moto 2. More than I thought it was going to be. I thought the thing was going to be a massive freeway the whole day, but turned into a nice racetrack.
Awesome. Zach, you talked about it yourself on the podium too. That looks like on that first moto, you got slammed and it kind of, jammed your foot there, and that kind of was just nagging you and bothering you the rest of that moto, which explains maybe why we saw you lose pace a little bit there. But you bounced back, especially that late charge in that second moto. I mean, you have to know, you said you're points racing, but you know what's going on. You see the 9 up there, he's the guy that you got to beat. He's the guy that's chasing you down. What did it boil down for you today, especially in that second moto? What was your goal? What were you trying to do to get out of here and get that result that you got?
I think the main thing was just try to keep him in sight and, not let anything major happen. It was really nice to be able to pass him there in the second moto and take some points back. Only lose 5 on the day. So I'm happy with the way it went. I was kind of out of my comfort zone today as far as the track went, but that's the same for everyone. So to get a second and a third overall was a solid day for me.
And Chase, seems like you and Adam are finding each other on the track a lot more recently. You're right there. Obviously a stellar first moto there, second. It looks like you didn't get quite the start that you needed in that second moto, but you're still able to climb back up and get a fifth, 2.5 for fourth. I mean, it's still a solid day all in all. Probably not where you're hoping for after such a great start in that first moto, but talk about your day. Talk about really what happened in that second moto and how you kind of had to fight back just to have a chance to get on the box there in the end.
Yeah, started off qualifying was it was okay. I didn't really feel super comfortable on the track. Made a lot of mistakes in qualifying, and then first moto got a good start. Was riding behind Adam. It's kind of getting the whole game behind the same guy every weekend, but no, it was a good moto. I made a charge later in the race, and Eli was coming behind us, so we didn't really have time to slack off. So that was good. My best moto finish so far. Still chasing, obviously, a moto win, but second was good. And then second moto, I got a really good start again, but Adam kind of came left over on me and sandwiched me in between. I was in between Freddie and him. So Freddie ended up going down over the bars, and I almost went down. I locked bars super bad, and I think I was probably a little bit outside the top 10. And then from there, I kind of got moving late in the race. I didn't really ride very well until probably halfway. So a little bit frustrating, missed out on another podium, but yeah, we're looking forward to Paula, and just trying to do better every weekend.
Awesome. We'll open up to the media. Guys, please raise your hand if you have a question. Dan, we'll start with you.
Yeah, I'll start with Eli. How important is it to get these to get wins as the season wraps up? It's been kind of a rough year for you, but how important is it to close out and wins like this to you in the long run?
Oh, I needed something. So that was that's what I've got in my head right now is just try to get a win or two here to finish off the season because it's just been a weird year. So yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just like that was my motivation today, right? Just, come on, let's get another win before this thing's over.
Nice. How was the track shaping up in the second moto? It looked like it got really slippery. A lot of the 250 riders were losing the rear on faces of jumps. How was the track for you in the second moto? Because you got faster.
Yeah, the track just got more torn up. Like the uphill roller section, I actually really liked that. It was really torn up, but if you could get it good and get your manual right and get your driving right, you could get that triple really clean. I was catching guys there. And it just got a little bit gnarlier, right, from Moto 1. Moto 1, actually, at the beginning of the moto, I thought the thing was way overwatered. And Moto 2 wasn't as wet that way, but it obviously was more torn up. So, like I said, it turned into a pretty good track later on.
Nice. Congrats on the win. And Zach, did you see Adam coming in on you there in that corner? He came in really hot and blew over the berm.
I didn't see him, but I heard him. You know, I thought he was gonna, give me the business, but he kind of hit me, sort of swing arm. I don't even know really, but yeah, I heard him come.
Is it starting? I'll stick with you. Is it starting to set in that you can be a 450 national champion? I know you have it every week. You say, "I'm not thinking about it. I'm not thinking about it." Is it starting to set in at this point, though?
Yeah, I mean, it's solid to play for next weekend for me. Today was a good day as far as the points go, and that second moto was pretty pivotal for me to make the pass, and that was a 4-point swing. So at the end of the day, it was good, and I'm happy with where I'm at going into Paula.
Nice. And I guess I'll just ask one for Chase and let you guys go. Fifth in the championship, heading to the final round, rookie season. How would you rate your rookie year so far?
I feel like it's been pretty good. I would say I'm pretty hot and cold on some races. I've been really good in the first motos, but I've been kind of slacking off a little bit second moto. So going to try and fix that for next weekend. But overall, I feel like I've been doing pretty good. I still obviously chasing a moto win, and that's kind of one of my goals. So yeah, we're getting closer, and overall, I feel like I've been riding pretty well. Been fast, just haven't really put together 2 really solid motos yet. So we got another race. We have 2 more motos, so looking forward to Paula, and ending this thing off with a high note.
I appreciate it, guys.
Anton, go ahead.
Cool. Hey, for Zach, I walked around the whole track pretty much today and noticed that they had a lot of mulch mixed in. That made it completely different than the typical like Rocky Mountain dirt that's right there. How is it for you guys to ride that? Because that's become like so much more of a common element in tracks right now.
Yeah, the main differences here is I just don't feel like they're – well, I guess I'm speaking mostly about Millville and Thunder Valley. Like, they just weren't as deep as typical, here at Thunder Valley, that turn after you go through the mechanics area, down the hill, and then that left and right down there by that tree, that thing has like 10 ruts in it. And this year, I mean, there was one like 6-inch rut in it, so it's just a bit of a different thing that I'm not really as accustomed to or set up for just in general. So for me, the biggest thing is just adjusting to those conditions quickly. The tracks I ride at home are really rough and gnarly. So when the speed's a little higher, it takes me a little bit longer to adjust. Like, I haven't really been that good in qualifying this year, mostly because of that. I would say just like the full send speed when the track's flat is just not quite as good for me. So I think that the dirt here in Colorado, what they've made out of the dirt is really good, but I don't know if it just wasn't quite wet enough or, it was ripped deep, but it just seemed to kind of blow off really quickly.
Yeah, it sounded like it's been really, really dry here lately, and it's really, really dry in the air even right now. Eli, for you, you're a Colorado guy, but you're from a completely different part of the state. But being out there amongst the fans and everything today, like, dude, anything you do, people just freak out. What is it about being the Colorado native guy that you have an even bigger turnout here than other places? Because there are other dudes that go race at, even more home tracks that don't get the fan support that you get.
I have no idea. I have no idea. I don't know. Maybe we're just, I don't know. We've got some good moto enthusiasts up there. You know, I wish we had more moto stuff down here in the southwest corner, but we really don't. So yeah, the Denver people get fired up.
Yeah, dude, it's like it must be like a mountain bike thing or something, because even in that second moto
Could be.
battle, I don't know if that's something that you can hear out there on the track, but as you were making that charge, you could hear it all the way through that valley.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Weege, go ahead.
Yeah, can you guys hear?
All good.
All right. Yeah, Eli. Okay, so you're mathematically still in the title hunt, but it obviously is going to be quite a long shot. Does this almost show how difficult it is to win 3 in a row? The fact that this year it hasn't been like a major problem, it's just been tough. Does it show how difficult it is to actually win this title year in and year out? Because this year it hasn't been bad, but it's just been tough. So does it almost prove even winning 1 title, let alone 3, is really that difficult?
Yeah, none of it's easy. None of it's easy. And in the 450 class, it's just like you can't ever make that mistake. You know, that's what happened to me in Supercross as well, is I finally had a year where I'd never had, you know, the big mistake. So that's it. You got to be the man. You got to be consistent.
Yeah, so there's not any major particular thing that you can even point to here that's been different these last 2 rounds compared to like the previous 3, right? You haven't made anything drastically changed.
I've changed a little bit on the motorcycle. I will say that. That's why I, you know, was able to come forward this week. So yeah, there was some changes there.
Gotcha. For Zach, is this not necessarily your best track, or was the different conditions that you didn't expect? Was that a bigger difference, the change of conditions?
No, it's actually one of my favorite tracks. I think it's one of the best tracks we have on the circuit. Some gnarly hills and just a sick track in general. I'm just really not that set up for, you know, not ruddy and not gnarly kind of slow conditions. So it's something I need to work on. I think next year, I haven't been in California since, for outdoors since Palo last year. So, you know, next year, maybe I need to do a little bit more time there on some harder dirt and some flatter conditions, and just kind of tune that setup for days like today.
What's the strategy going into next weekend for you, Zach? Do you treat it like any other race, or with a 24-point gap, do you really just aim for whatever it would need to be, the 5-5 or something like that?
Well, I think, you know, 24 points is healthy. The main thing is just going to be getting 2 good starts. I mean, I know that's super cliche, but it just makes life easier. And when you can battle from the front, it's just a much better situation for that situation. So, you know, going to go back to Florida this week, ride a little bit, go there and try to execute 2 good starts and try to do my best to win this title.
And the second moto, Zach, you were in the battle with Eli and with Adam. Do you get a little extra adrenaline, motivation, push because you and Adam are essentially 1-2 in the championship? Does that make the moto feel different because of what's on the line, or can you actually treat it just like any other moto and you're just trying to finish wherever you finish as best you can?
No, I wanted to pass him bad there at the end of the second moto because that was a 4-point swing, so it would have been 20 instead of 24, which is, you know, it doesn't seem like much, but it's something. You know, anything can happen, and you know, just like my flat front tire this year, it's just better to have as many points as you can in the bag. So I was going to give it a pretty big effort once I started to come back to him there to try to make the pass.
Okay, my last one is for you, Chase. Is there anything you could put a finger on? You've been fast all year. Is there anything you can say, man, I just need to do this or this, and that's the difference in getting that moto win that's been so close all year?
Yeah, I mean, I think I need to be a little bit more aggressive when I get behind. Like today, for instance, I kind of just rode behind Adam too long, and I kind of fall into his pace. And I think for the future, I need to just kind of try and blow by him. I know it's easier said than done, but that's one thing I need to work on. And overall, I mean, I feel like I've been struggling a little bit with my bike just for second moto and it being a little rougher. I've been getting pretty beat up out there, but overall, I think for me, I just need to change how I attack towards the front. I feel like I've made really good passes besides for when I get into second. So, yeah, I just need to make the pass happen faster and kind of surprise him a little bit.
You and Adam ride together during the week, and he said in these press conferences that normally during the week, at least the beginning of the year, that you're usually faster. What's different on race day, or is it actually not the case anymore? Are you guys similar during the week at this point?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why he always says that, but I mean, besides for the first day he came to James's, I mean, we've been almost identical in speed. So I don't know if he says that. I don't know why he says that, but we've been pretty much the same, and we don't really do much, honestly, motos together. But we are on the same track. And sometimes, and honestly, Thursday this week he was faster than I was. So, yeah, it's not really the case. I feel like I have been riding really good on race days, so and my speed's not really an issue. So I don't know why he says that, but yeah, he's usually pretty much the same, or maybe, I mean, we all have our days, but usually we're about the same.
Okay. All right. Thanks, guys.
Cool. Zach, one more for you. When AC hit that kicker and, kind of endoed down there, it looked like you were also in that same run. It looked like it kicked you too. Did you just get a slightly cleaner takeoff, or was it also a little bit hairy there for you for a moment?
On the jump when he made the mistake?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so that rut was like super deep. And then it went all the way up the face, and at the top of the face there was like a gnarly little hook with a kicker in it. And he had been going outside, I think, for quite a few laps, and then he went in there and made the mistake. But like when he made the mistake, I was kind of like, oh man, he's going down. What do I do? So then I made a mistake as well. But that was one of the gnarlier parts of the track. Like getting that little double every lap was key, and it was hard.
Awesome. Cool. Well, thank you guys. Congrats, all three of you. Thanks for doing this, and we'll see you next weekend. Wrap this thing up, and best of luck to everyone. Hopefully see you again.
Thank you.